Welcome to the Starborne Awakening Library. I'm Ella. Tonight's story is Where is Your Heart Today? Tonight's story begins in a small village beside a quiet river. There lived an old boat builder whose work was known throughout the valley. People admired his boats because they were strong, graceful, and seemed almost alive upon the water. One autumn afternoon, a young traveler arrived carrying a small wooden boat in his arms. Its hull was cracked, its paint had faded, one oar was missing. The traveler placed it gently before the old craftsman. "I don't want another boat," he said softly. "I just want this one to stop hurting." The old boat builder looked at the little vessel for a long moment. Then he asked, "What happened?" The traveler lowered his eyes. "It carried two people once." The old man nodded. "I see." After a quiet pause, he asked another question. "Who left the boat?" The traveler hesitated. "I'm not sure that matters anymore." The old craftsman smiled kindly. "You're right." He ran his fingers across the weathered wood. "You know, people come to me every year with broken boats. Some were caught in storms. Some struck hidden rocks. Some simply grew old after many faithful journeys." He looked up. "But every person asks me the same question. Can you fix it?" The traveler nodded. "Can you?" The old craftsman smiled again. "Perhaps. But before we decide what this boat needs, I need to know where it has been." The traveler looked puzzled. The old man continued, "If I don't know where the damage began, I might repair the wrong place." The two sat together beside the river, not speaking, just listening to the water. Finally, the old craftsman said, "Tell me about the journey." And for the first time, the traveler didn't tell the story of the ending. He spoke about the laughter, the sunrise crossings, the quiet evenings, the dreams they once carried together. Only after all of that did he speak about the goodbye. When the story was finished, the old craftsman gently rested his hand upon the boat. "This boat is carrying more than cracked wood. It's carrying memories. It's carrying hope. It's carrying disappointment. It's carrying love." He looked at the traveler with gentle eyes. "And before we repair the boat, we must first understand what it has been carrying." Perhaps our hearts are more like that little boat than we realize. When a relationship changes, our first instinct is often to ask, "How do I fix this? How do I stop hurting? How do I move on?" Those are natural questions, but perhaps there is an even gentler one. Where is my heart today? Not yesterday, not where someone else thinks it should be, just today. Because every relationship tells a different story. Some end with words, others with silence. Some end because love slowly faded. Others end while love is still present. Some endings are chosen. Others are chosen for us. Some leave relief. Others leave an ache that seems too large for words. No two hearts begin in exactly the same place, so why would they heal in exactly the same way? Perhaps your heart feels heavy. Perhaps it feels angry. Perhaps confused. Perhaps numb. Perhaps relieved, and then guilty for feeling relieved. Perhaps you don't even know what you're feeling. That's all right. There is a teaching from Abraham Hicks that many people have found comforting. It suggests we don't usually move from deep sorrow to joy in one great leap. Instead, we often move one gentle step at a time. One thought that feels just a little lighter, one breath that comes a little easier, one morning that feels a little less heavy than the one before. Whether that framework resonates with you or not, its invitation is beautifully human. You don't have to become joyful today. You don't have to understand everything today. Perhaps today, your only invitation is to notice where your heart truly is. Because every meaningful journey begins with knowing where you are. If you were walking through a forest, you would first look for the sign that says, "You are here." Not because that's where you intend to stay, but because every path begins from an honest place. Perhaps the heart asks the same of us, not perfection, not speed, just honesty and kindness. The same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Perhaps today, your own heart deserves that kindness too. If you'd like to stay with this story a little longer, I'd love to invite you to spend just one more quiet minute with yourself. In the description below, you'll find a gentle reflection, followed by a simple 60-second grounding practice created especially for today's story. Where is your heart today? No special experience is needed, just a quiet moment to listen. Sometimes the smallest pause is enough to hear what your heart has been trying to tell you all along. Until next time, be gentle with your heart.